Well, first of all, I just want to thank everyone, everyone that took a moment in time to wish me a happy birthday today, and say sweet things via Facebook. Really appreciate it, and via text. It's been really, really nice. Really nice. I really hope if I've met you, hung out with you, anything with you, that you did feel the love of Christ, and if you didn't, please forgive me. Give me some time, and let's hang out again. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to speak to something that I feel really just touched me today. Basically, I was invited to go to the Body Museum. It's something that's happening in the stadium. Basically, it shows preserved bodies from any level, from like your bones all the way up to your flesh. So like they'll have a full-on skeleton like on a bike, but then they'll have like a half skeleton, half muscle, only like the skin ripped off and just the muscle. Or like they keep part of the muscle of the face but keep like the skin on the forehead and the cheek, like you see inside the body. Like they show the lungs, they show the reproductive system, and then on some of them they would show like the insides, the arteries and stuff like that. And what I will say is it was really cool to see the arteries, especially in the pancreas, liver, and the heart. Something about, and even like on the legs, they isolated just the veins on a pair of legs. So you didn't see muscles, you didn't see bone, you didn't see skin. All you saw was these really cool branch looking things, which are arteries. And it was really cool to see that and really kind of think of myself as a tree. Like God made me as a tree. And I don't know, it was really cool. So there was little parts about this viewing that I enjoyed, but I think overall I just was not feeling it. I don't know what. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting into it. Like the guys that I went with were like all like mesmerized by it and complained about or talked about being like nauseous a few times, and I just kept feeling like I feel like I'm looking at a book, like I'm looking at what I've seen. And when I used to be a nursing major, like we were all about the body. I did anatomy before, so I was like all about the parts, and I just felt like, oh, okay, cool, it's 3D. And for whatever reason, I wasn't like moved by it. And I really feel like, as much as I felt like a Debbie Downer in the moment, because I really just wasn't pitching in, comments of how much I enjoyed it like the guys were. I couldn't. I told myself, like, there's a book that you can sign as you leave, and you kind of say like your thoughts about it. And of course everyone was like, excellent, this is awesome, amazing, blah. They were just saying all these things, which is awesome, because I think for people that have never like really gotten into the body before, this would be an awesome experience. But if you've been, be prepared to maybe have questions when you leave. I don't know. But anyways, like I wrote in there, I really wish that this museum was a little more hands-on. I said I felt like I was looking at a book, and it was really hard to get into it. And then I said, but there is an audio component of it. You can like wear a headset, and there'll be numbers on some displays, and you click the numbers on the headset, and a voice will kind of narrate something about that body part. And it helped a little bit, but like I said, overall it just was like blah. But yeah, so I mean, I put on the parentheses, the headset did help a little bit. And then on the bottom I said, maybe you could use House, the show House, as an inspiration. Because on the show, like if something goes wrong with someone's body, it zooms into the microscopic level of the body, shows like the blood vessel bust and like twist and go through the blood vessel, and then zoom back out to the body, and like the person's like coughing. Like you see how the body works. And I think I expected it to be more of that kind of an adventure, and it wasn't. And so, all that to say, right after that, I went to this really awesome singles Bible study at Lake Hills, where Mark Grudis, who's the worship pastor, he was speaking. And dude, like I think he even said that his point tonight was probably one of the most elementary points, but the most profound that when God says he made the earth and the stars and the moon and the animals, all he did is he spoke them into existence. But when he made us as humans, not only did he get his hands dirty in a sense of making us, but he breathed life into us. And you know, after literally writing like hands-on in that book at the museum, out of Mark's mouth was, our God is a hands-on God. And it just clicked in a really crazy way. Like, maybe I wasn't supposed to necessarily enjoy the museum experience because it was going to drive home the point of who my God is later on tonight. That he is hands-on. You went to a place where you're looking at dead bodies and you weren't intrigued because, in a sense, God wasn't like, those are dead bodies. I am what God has breathed life into. He wants to be personal with me. He yearns for my intimacy and knowing him. And Mark had this really awesome point that, like, even with the Adam and Eve story, the lie wasn't only when, you know, the serpent was telling Eve, no, you can eat it, you'll be fine. It was when he took the Lord out of the name of God. Like, the passage said in the garden that the Lord God made. And then the serpent said, but did God really say, you know, not to eat it? And Mark pointed out that the serpent left out Lord on purpose, because God, the word God, exemplifies God's grandness and his transcendence and his hugeness, but not the intimacy. And Lord in Hebrew is Yahweh, and that translates Yahweh, I am that I am, like the personal God. I am who I say I am, only because, and you will know who I am as you experience me. It's like he took the personal God out of it. And so basically, all I have to say is, I was encouraged today. Like, my friend told me that this experience that I had, this correlation of the museum and then this awesome Bible study, was like a happy birthday from God. Like, today I felt like, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is the first birthday where I can say no, that's not true. This is one of the birthdays where I can say I've tangibly felt like him speak through experiences. But even more beautifully because, you know, I'm sitting here at a museum talking about my body, you know, and then being shown the spiritual sense of my body through God, through this Bible study. And if you want to know more about it, please let me know. I have notes. And I hope to write some kind of song that encapsulates this really beautiful message that our God is an intimate God. Yes, he's grand. Yes, he's big. And sometimes I think our culture even forgets that. But at the same time, he wants a personal relationship. And it's hard to, you can't say his name without implying that you're knowing him. You're getting to know him. It signifies that you're spending time with him. And so I just encourage y'all, whoever you are, if you know Christ, if you don't know him yet, I just encourage you to dive into who he is. And even when you do feel distant, continue to seek him. Like, do not relent in seeking him. So, I mean, that's my encouragement to you, because that's the encouragement I felt. And I'm so excited that I got to go through that experience today. So, yay, happy birthday from God. All right, I'm off. Bye.